Yeah, it's a local school. Not my old school, but like one down the road because we have 30 high schools in our district. So it's fucking huge. And I guess someone who knows someone was like, yeah, my buddy Matt does that kind of stuff. Here's his number. So they literally just texted me today. They're like, yeah, get with me if you can. Because I told them, like, I have a busy week because I was trying to buy myself, like, a few days to try to figure out what the heck to do with that, you know? And it's like, so just, we'll see how that goes. But it's a secret. So we can't talk about it or make the show live. Oh, wait. We did anyways. Thanks, Alex.
Welcome to Laser Source Podcast, the number one podcast. If you love Matt's mom's $30,000 package. Mm-hmm. There were so many mom jokes I was going to make. You said, that's fucking huge. I was going to say, that's what she said. I had them all lined up. I was ready to go. But I let you finish your story because I'm a nice guy.
Just letting you run with it.
It's the number one podcast if you hate horrible podcasts, brought to you by the sponsor of horrible podcasts, Johnson Plastics Plus.
I think this is where we're supposed to correct them. Hey, no, this is a great podcast. What are you talking about?
We do such a good job here.
The best sponsor of horrible podcasts.
Yeah.
Did you guys know that you can save up to 15% off almost everything in the store by using the link down in the description? They've got all kinds of goodies down there, all kinds of things, fun stuff that you can burn with light, like wood and metal, and sometimes plastic, like acrylic, sometimes 2-ply acrastic. Jesus Christ, I'm off to a great start today. 2-ply plastics.
Terrible podcast.
Sometimes 3-ply plastics, believe it or not. I know, it's crazy. All of that and more. If you haven't started shopping for Christmas, guess what? It's too late, but it's not too late to start. It's not too late to start shopping for Valentine's Day. So get in there while you can. Get in where you fit in and make a purchase because it helps support the channel. There's an affiliate link down in the description, along with our discount code. It's YLRZDF. Shout out to Johnson Plastics Plus for putting up with our never-ending continuous stream of bullshit on this show.
Shenanigans.
Speaking of shenanigans. That's right. I'm here today. I'm live with the fire of love for Anthony Montez. What's up, buddy? It's glad to have you back. It's been a couple weeks.
Yeah, it's been a few. It's good to be here.
Yeah. You're looking good. You look healthy. You got a glow.
I think that's my green screen.
That's the radon in my basement.
Maybe that too.
Mr. Matthew Bodiford is here with us today. How are you, sir?
I'm doing okay. Right before the show, I was saying I had an opportunity for some business that I've never done before. So I was reaching out to some people to try to figure out some links to some places. And it might be a big job. It could also just be a big opportunity, but we'll see. I don't know. Hopefully it works out. But I did get some leads today on like some direction with it. So that's cool. And then sports teams, like we had talked about before, I just had the swim team of the school that I've done for 3 years now. They have come back for the same trophies, which is awesome because it's like you already know what they want. You just need the names, you know. And it's like a couple $1,000 order every time because they have a huge team, like big team. So if you have not reached out to those people, reach out to teams near you. So just saying.
Are you wearing LE merch today?
I made this hat. Right, made this hat.
I remember the hat.
Then I got I'm wearing a hoodie.
Oh, very nice.
Because it's getting down into the 70s down here, which in my garage it makes it go down to the 50s. So, like my garage this morning, I walked out and it was like 59 degrees, and I was like, "Whew, okay, I'm gonna put on a hoodie."
That sounds perfect. It sounds like the perfect temperature.
It is. It's a perfect temperature to wear this hoodie. It's like super thin and chill.
It's one of the first laser everything shirts I ever made. Classic.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very good.
Kyle has one in his picture, in his Bob Ross picture there. This is the Burn to Learn one.
That is the Burn to Learn
buddy.
one.
Anthony's fucking up. We'll get you some merch. You need some merch, bro.
I do.
Nope.
For sure.
That's my shirt underneath.
I need a hat.
Yeah. And while we got distracted with Matt, because we always do, because Matt, but Kyle's here too. My very best bud, How you doing, man?
Woo!
Woo woo. Did you get that tea?
I did get that tea. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some good old ginger lemon probiotic tea.
Nice.
Poopin' tea.
That's,
what I
I was
like
gonna
to
say,
hear.
that's gonna make some interesting farts later. Just gonna straight up be like, "Meow."
Last week after the show, Matt berated me, literally
Yeah,
off
that makes
air,
sense. That tracks. I forgot what I said, but it's probably accurate.
because I didn't fucking say hi to y'all in
Oh,
live
that's
chat.
right. Like I
So
was
if
like,
you're
you know
here-
what we didn't do? We didn't say hi to anybody.
You
And I
didn't
was
say
like,
you know what we didn't do. You said you know what you didn't do. You fucking idiot. You didn't say hi to anybody in live chat. So, Matt, here's your opportunity, bud. Hopefully you got what the fuck is that? Are you just a 3D printed brass knuckles?
absolutely didn't. That'd be illegal and weird.
You just,
What?
you just keep those on your desk. You fucking animal.
I mean,
here's
it's
your-
a paperweight.
Jesus Christ. All right.
I want
so
to nickel plate these, for weight.
yeah.
Have you seen the ones it's a sandwich and you put your yeah, I like
That's
that.
pretty dope.
I need
No, yeah, I got to like this one. Just looks shiny. This looks pretty good.
Yeah.
So, anyways, this is actually for taking boxes and making them flatter. All right, so let's see. Let's go. It is when you lay it on there as a paperweight. So we got Cubing Cracked said this is messed up. I got class in less than an hour, but that was like 10 hours ago. But hopefully he finished the class.
So shout out to everybody who was here at 11:35
Go
a.m.
live,
this
live.
morning, because I set the wrong time on the live stream.
Dope.
And Miranda messaged me and she's like, "What the hell are you doing? There's people waiting."
People are waiting.
It was,
I thought that 11:35 was probably a weird time, and if you saw that, maybe you would think that it wasn't correct. But my wife alerted me. I fixed the time. So if you were here today at 11:15,
You were the committed ones.
yeah, great job, Bronson. You really
I
keeping
think
it
you
on.
owe Jack an apology.
Yeah, indeed. He's
It's
just been
in-
sitting here. He logged in at 10 o'clock. He's like, hour early. I'll get the best seat in the house.
yeah, the only seat in the house with a person in it. Like
Well,
Alex just sitting on like that Elmo like meme where like Elmo's pooping.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
Yeah.
Miranda's like, Alex, you dope.
10
All right,
hours
so let's
later.
see. We got Cuban Cracked. We got Chris Gallagher.
Good day.
Chris Gallagher. We got Todd W. That's good. Haven't seen Todd in a while. We got Jack in the shop. Been here for 72 days. Way to
What
go,
up?
man.
Yeah,
Alex had to jump on and explain at noon.
it's true.
And now we're back to everybody. So we got Laura. Hi, Laura.
Lara.
We got the Smoke Show. Raymond Rivera. Bunny Washers here.
Hey,
By the way, the coin thing. Anthony needs to talk about the coin challenge going on, right? That's dope. So Bunny Washers in there. A couple other people. We got Santa's Laser Engraving back. Welcome, man. Directed Tech. Man, I can't even talk. Hey, Richie's here. Gulf Coast Laser Engraving. What's up, man?
whatever, Jay.
Yeah, and we got Dwayne Dickens. Let's see. We got a couple more people who I saw, but I don't want to. Oh, Resin. There it is. There's Resin. What's going
What's
on,
up,
lady?
Cheryl?
And then I think we had a couple more people I saw. Chris Lizicki. There he is. I think that's everybody. And then, of
Noise.
course, Beam It Up Laser Works. My buddy over here. Except over here. Because
Well, if you guys are here with us live, you're better than everyone else. Congratulations. If you're watching this after the fact, you're not as good as the people listening to the live stream.
you're only as good as the people who got here at 9:15 a.m. this morning.
Yeah.
That's
If
right.
you've been waiting for 11 hours, then you're the best.
That's right. We don't have a ton to do today, so it's good question day. I know that there's like an Amazon big deal day or whatever, big day deal, big day. How many fucking different ways can you say that?
Prime big deal days.
Your mom's a big deal. So
It's called Bamazon.
yeah, we looked a little. Big deal days kind of suck. It is not Prime Day, so I don't.
It's not always great for our little niche of the internet. You know?
Yeah, I sent Kyle some bullshit. We can take a look at it a little bit later. He found one or two things. I'm not super excited about it, so I'm not going to lead with that.
I found a good deal on a glycerin smoke machine.
Why do you want or need that? Is that to blind people so that Matt can jump in with his brass knuckles and fucking punch him in the nose?
Listen, paperweight.
It's for Halloween decorations.
Oh yeah, word. That's cool.
And then I can fire off lasers in the smoke show and have electric EDM music playing in the background.
Where's Boyce?
We are
when you need
getting
him?
very funky here.
I just picture you with like a laser cut dead mouse, like helmets and with all right angles, like triangles.
Anthony's like, bro, I just got the sickest new blue lasers in. I can't wait for you to stare directly into them.
he's the only person with goggles on. Everybody else is like trick or treat. Tears coming down their face. Oh my god. Anyways, all right.
It's a saw trap. Anthony's like, I want to play a game.
Come wheeling out on a tricycle.
It's pretty funny. I also have some funny videos to share that were sent to the Discord today. I think I'm gonna do that first. I think it's gonna be the first thing I do today.
Fire those questions in while we're seeing this stuff, guys.
So fire those questions in while we waste your time. All right. So if we take a look, let's see. I'm actually gonna prepare myself here for once. If we share this, and I add it to the stage. First of all, I don't know if you guys knew this, but we used to have Me6, and it used to track who the best people were on the Discord. And then I stopped paying for it because it was really expensive. But today, so I don't remember who it was. If it was you, I'm sorry. You guys are probably here live right now watching this, being like, it was me. Somebody complained that wasn't working, and they were like, I swear there was a command or whatever. So I went on to look, and they had a half off lifetime subscription for Me6 for $40. So I bought the lifetime subscription, which is not lifetime. It expires in 2040, but I bought it.
The internet will die by then.
That's assuming it's around that long, but you know.
So it works again. There's my little card right there. I am still ranked number 1. Let's see. We got Gary's number 14 there. Bunny's number 11. Scott's number 40. So if you want to find out what your rank is, all you have to do is !rank. And then it will come back with your little rank there. If you want to see everybody else's rank, this is pretty cool. You can !levels. It's ! Gary, you were close with the slash there, the /. So we can click this, go to the leaderboard. Let's take a look. That's going to open in a new tab, which is over here. And there you go. So Kyle is number 2. Wow, Anthony, you've actually beaten Matt. Matt is pathetic. You're in the number 3 spot. Matt's there at number 4. You got
Anthony's coin conversations go on and on and on. He's killing it in there. Plus, he answers a million bazillion questions.
Yep, that's true.
I've been lagging lately. But...
In there at number 7, we got Lithgow, Jack, Bunny Washer, and Sam. I mean, you guys know all these names. I don't have to go through. Look at Gary's pulling up number 14 there. Rip. Rest in peace, Vince. I like how the guy who literally passed away is beating. Like, he's like literally dead, and he's still winning. Good job, Vinny. We got Michael in there. Lightburn, active as always. So lots and lots of stuff to compare yourselves with so that you can feel inadequate. But that's not why I pulled this up. The reason I pulled this up is to show you this fucking hilarious video. I'd like to do just a quick audio test. Can you guys hear this?
No.
No? All right, that's a bummer. Let me see if there's no option for it. All right, well, if you want to see them, guys, they're in a public channel. It's called GIFs on the Discord server. So if you haven't signed up for the Discord server, go sign up for it. But if you click GIFs, oh my God, Bunny's literally doing it live right now. If you click GIFs and you scroll up, there are these pretty funny ones up here with this fucking. Do you guys remember Jack in the Shop made this?
Yeah.
Like at the end of the show last week. So Gary turned this one into a fucking like AI animated video, and I'm just
what the hell?
I'm just screaming at the top of my lungs. What the hell is this thing? And how did it get in my house? And then there's another one where I have like this erotic like moment with it. All right, here, watch this one. Here we go.
Can I just take a minute to talk about consent and how it's not a joke.
Bunny Washer made this one, by the way.
When your AI animal says no, Alex, it means no.
It looks like I'm the one saying no.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you and the guys, I can't yes, the video is funny, but you have to hear the sounds because the sounds that it fucking makes are hilarious. I'm like, there's like heavy breathing and shit. It's pretty great. Also, Bunny made this promo for the coin contest, which I'll let you talk about in a second, Anthony, because this is a great segue. But this guy that kind of looks like Anthony is down here, and he says, "Hey, have you heard about the Laser Everything coin contest?" And this guy's like, "What the hell, man?" And the guy on the bottom's like, "Just curious," before like trying to escape the bathroom. So, yeah, I just had to share these, man. I don't know.
And then you wonder why I'm number 4 now.
I don't like this meme thing, whatever this monkey thing is, which is a real meme, is already freakish enough on its own. I don't like seeing it move. It's
nightmare fuel.
Dude, it's uncanny and it makes me uncomfortable. It makes me deeply uncomfortable. So I guess this is an ad for the Discord server. If you haven't already signed up for it,
come be part of our nightmare fuel.
Yeah, come consume some nightmare fuel straight out of the mind of Bunny, who is literally still down here at the bottom doing it now, seemingly with what am I? Help
Rick
me,
and Morty.
Rick and Morty bullshit. Thank you. Yeah.
So there are a couple common issues. I do see a comment or two in chat about having trouble joining Discord. You need to have
Matrix instead. Oh,
you
sorry.
Shush. You need to have your account verified. So if you haven't created an account, or if you just made it but you haven't done like the email portion of verification that you're like a real person and exist, and the rest of the account creation process, you won't be able to join the server. So go do that, and then you should be able to click on the link and be able to join.
Quit being a bot.
Which is a super annoying invasion of privacy. Am I right? If you don't want to do that, check this out. Do you guys know we have a Matrix server too? It's matrix.makearmy.io. And you can create an account, super easy. You just make sure that it says host account on and you want matrix.makearmy.io. You come up with a username like I have too many chins, which is my brother's password from high school. And we can put in a password. I am your mom's dog.
What the hell?
And then you click register. Super easy. Put that in one more time. I am your mom's dog. And you're in. That's it. If you want to see all the different rooms and such, you can click all the buttons up here. You can add a room. You can create rooms. Anybody can create a room if you want to create a room. So it's a little bit different than Discord, where only the mods and admins can. We already have rooms for things like diode lasers or CO2 galvo lasers. We have a random chat there as well, which is super fun. And you can start chatting right away. It takes 3 seconds. So if you haven't already signed up for the Matrix, I would encourage you to do so. There's apps for every platform, including Linux, Mac OS, Windows, Android, iOS. So there's lots and lots of options to get on this and interact. And as you can see, I keep it over here on my right screen, right next to Discord. So I've got them both open over here, and I have notifications on. So if you want to check that out, feel free. I thought I'd just shout that out too. People are having problems signing up for the Discord. I'm never going to get a better opportunity to advertise it. So there you go.
Raymond said I've tried like 3 phone numbers, WTHF.
Yeah, well, that sounds what the
holy F?
What the holy?
What the heck? F?
What the heckin' fudge cakes?
Whatever. All right.
Yep. So that's it. That's it.
Yeah,
I guess there's one more thing too. Just so you guys, I guess, since we're doing this and there aren't any questions. Check it
Go
out.
ahead,
It's
one question.
makearmy.io. You have to sign in now because they're the majority, I'll say, of the features are now user specific. So you can actually interact with the site instead of just getting data from it. That's not what I want to show you. The very, very first version of this, which is up right now, this is production build version 0.0.1. Yikes. Let's go to the beta. And I'll show you guys what I've been working on because this is pretty sick. So I'll sign in over here really quick. And so if you come to laser settings, this is what the laser settings pages used to look like. The new one is simpler. I need to bring the pictures back, but otherwise this is how it is going to be. And you can click a setting like your mom's CO2 Galvo setting here. And we've got brand new image viewers, which lets you blow images up to full size. You can see things are actually organized now into rig and optics and materials, fill settings, line settings, raster settings, all that stuff is there. But now you can also edit settings. So if you are the owner of a setting, I'm Ellie Alex, and I'm the owner of this setting, you can click edit, and it actually pulls up the form where you can go in and make changes. Everything is pre-filled for you, ready to go. And then you can save those changes back to the database, which is really cool. So you can add a setting and then you can edit a setting. And of course, you can see all of your settings in the My Settings list. So there's the one setting that this account owns with edit and delete. And the settings show up. And if you want to add a setting, you can also click laser settings now and click add setting. And it gives you the same form, but blank, so that you can make a new contribution, which is pretty cool. And the entire submission flow is in its final form. So I'll be pushing this to the non-beta makearmy.io, but if you want to try it out now, it's all the same database. So any work you do in the beta will save to the main site as well. You can just head over to beta.makearmy.io if you want to check that out, because this is taking a lot of work and it works super well, which I'm super proud to report. And I'm looking forward to your guys' feedback on that. So that is the update on what I've been doing over there as well.
Nice, dude.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like being able to like edit settings. I feel like is like a useful thing. You know, you tweak something, you want to just make like a quick change, or like you put in the wrong pulse width or something. I feel like being able to go in and just like make a quick edit.
You shifted a decimal spot on your line interval.
Yeah, you shifted a dust. Yeah,
That's a compliment right there.
Yeah. Whoops. Yeah.
Why does everything look so spaced out?
Why is this dot width adjustment 80 millimeters?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Anyways.
And last bit of just kind of like housekeeping update news with the ultimate guide to laser processing. So I ran a poll. I don't know if you guys saw this. I ran a poll because I was not really sure what I wanted to start working on. It's Monday, right? Or Tuesday. It's a fresh week, beginning of the day. Where the hell is the polls channel? It's here under Laser Everything. I ran a poll and I said, do you want me to work on catching up on reviews or pushing forward on the ultimate guide? Both will get done eventually. I want to know what to do today. 3 votes for reviews and 23 votes for the ultimate guide. So we are going to continue pushing ahead on the ultimate guide because you guys have asked for it. If you think that's bullshit and you'd rather me work on reviews, you can go vote in that poll in the Discord if you'd like to. I
join the community, so when we do polls, you have your voice get heard.
Yep. One thing that is very satisfying to me now is the Ultimate Guide playlist, which just looks and feels extremely cohesive at this point, just like super clean. The whole reason I brought any of this up was because we just published the last ID episode. It's how to ID your CO2 glass laser tube. So if you didn't know, there's that one. And that's the end for the ID series. Kyle and I were actually hanging out this afternoon. I shot the first 2 entries into installing Lightburn. So we've got a lot of really interesting content coming up. We're going to be covering things like how to install on all the different operating systems it supports, We're going to be talking about running Lightburn in a virtual machine, if that's something you want to do, how to get like USB I/O to work if you need to interface through a virtual machine. We're going to cover. We have a whole episode on drivers. So many of you guys have driver issues. So we're dedicating an entire episode this time around to just talking about drivers. That is the next chunk. That's the next section of stuff that we're going to be talking about. And then we'll break into like Lightburn basics, UI stuff, how to start physically setting up your laser. So all that stuff is down the road. I feel like we're out of the really dry stuff now, and we're starting to get into things that are more applicable and relevant. And so that's exciting. So today, or yesterday rather, marked the last of the absolute beginner kind of basic nonsense videos. So those are done, which I don't regret. I'm glad that we have them. The how to ID your blank source. I know people like Anthony and Kyle are fucking in the Discord chat all the time, and somebody's like, help, I need help with my laser. It's a laser emergency. Somebody please. And the first thing they say is, what kind of laser do you have? And they're like, I don't know. Or they're like,
a Chinese one.
Yeah, a Chinese fiber, from overseas. The Oriental Trading Company sent it to me.
When I shoot it, it goes pew pew.
Yeah, so now we have definitive guides on how to identify your laser source, regardless of the kind of source that it is. And I think that'll be really helpful long term. Even if it doesn't perform incredibly well on the channel, it will be super helpful for us when we have a video to point you to when you don't know what kind of laser you have. And that's going to be really helpful going forward. It's something I've been talking to Kyle a lot about off the air. So, yeah. So that's the guide update. All right, my voice is actually starting to get dry now, so somebody else has to say something. Because if you don't,
we have a couple of questions, and they've just been waiting.
Oh, thank God, Jesus, fuck.
Here we go.
Blue says, would a longer Ray 5 40 watt or a longer B1 40 watt be better? Or the Genmitsu L8 40 watt be better? For those are the ones I saw on Amazon. So I'm familiar with the two, the Ray 5 and the B1. I haven't really looked into Genmitsu. So give me a minute. Let me pull it up.
Are those, my first question on that is, are those actual 40 watt machines, or are they 40 watt, like
40 watt power draw or 40 watt optical output?
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it looks like 5 watt laser. So it's a 40 watt that's actually a 5 watt.
Right. That's 5 watt optical. Right.
Yeah.
And then let's take a look at their
Can
B1.
you explain the difference for people who don't know the difference, though?
So it's kind of like, think about it like a like power draw from the wall. So like when you plug in a light like fixture, right? If you have 100 watt light bulb, it's drawing a like 100 watts from the wall. Whereas if you have like an LED light bulb, it's actually drawing like 8 watts, even if it can put out what would be 100 watts of optical viewing light, right? That's kind of the difference. But really it's an output thing, not a power draw thing. So it doesn't matter how much wattage it's drawing from the wall in terms of usability. That's an efficiency thing. What we want to know is how much power we're actually getting at the business end of the laser.
Yeah, the output.
That's why it's important.
Yeah. It's kind of a misleading marketing gimmick that a lot of diode manufacturers, unfortunately, are still using, where they kind of almost count on people not necessarily paying super close attention sometimes to, what's actually going on. So
I feel like they've gotten a lot better about it.
Oh, they certainly have.
It used to be rampant. Like everybody did that. And there are still people, especially on the lower end of things, that do that, companies that still do that, but it's gotten a lot better. If you just look at the price, dude, the Ray 5 here is $200, whereas the B1 is almost $8.
There is a 40 watt version of it, oddly enough.
What?
The Ray 5.
Yeah, right, sure. So okay, almost $1,000, and then the Genmitsu over here, We're just over 1,000. So just pricing alone kind of gives it away. But yeah, the Ray 5 is a 5 watt for sure. So I just closed that one out. We're looking at the B1 here and then the Genmitsu. The Genmitsu actually looks kind of nice. It reminds me of kind of the old school like Ortur lasers a little bit there. But
like that emergency stop button.
I don't know. Kyle, you've had longer stuff. I haven't really had longer stuff. How do you feel about them in general?
Longer's good. I sent you the correct machine in private chat.
Am I not looking at the correct machine?
The longer Ray 5 one you were looking at was wrong.
Okay. I got you. I see it now. Here we go. So we're actually looking at this Ray 5, which is a 40 watt version. Got it.
Yes. So the difference between the Ray 5 and the B1 is the like controller and interface.
Mm-hmm.
So this has like an integrated screen.
Okay.
So this is one of those things where like me and Alex have like two different viewpoints usually. I don't particularly care for machines like that, only because I see that as kind of like something I'm usually working around rather than with, because I'd rather just interface with Lightburn. But like Alex's viewpoint is, if you're taking the laser out of the shop and going and engraving something on site, then having that like built-in operating system can be helpful.
So let me vouch for myself here a little bit. I don't believe that these are the kind of machines that benefit from having that onboard controller.
Particularly where it's open, there's no protection. You wouldn't want to use this out.
Also,
out
these
in
are
free space.
all three of these are like 400 by 400 millimeter beds, which are fucking huge. It's not something that you're going to take to a show. We're not talking about the F1 here. You know what I mean? Yeah. This is a giant laser, and it's going to be super heavy and unwieldy and like dangerous. So I am less about that argument here while we're talking about the full scale kind of like diode gantry systems than I am when we're talking about, I think my original argument for it was like something like the Pixie, where it's like a small contained unit that you can like shove in a backpack. I think having an onboard OS there makes a lot more sense. So just to clarify. Also, This is ballsy, dude. Did you see this shit? Look at this. Where did it go? Also, I don't like the body of the, while we're here, I don't like this body as much as the other one. This like design with just like these little legs and then the rails and then like this super pretty, it reminds me of the old Atom stacks, which is kind of gross. And I'm not super stoked about that. This one is more like X-Tool style, it feels like, you know, so it feels a little more maybe rigid. That might not mean anything. I might just be bullshitting right now. But the one thing that I wanted to point out that I saw eventually somewhere in this massive collection of images. Oh, this right here. Look at this. What are they talking about? Cut 0.15 millimeter stainless steel. You think that's possible?
I don't know, but I'm still the type of person who's like, if you're working with metal diodes, the wrong choice.
Weird. Also, what is this, like aluminum foil? Like what is 0.15 millimeters? I just hate this shit. I wish that they would just advertise what these machines are good at instead of like.
So really where I'm at too is like Genmitsu isn't a brand I'm totally familiar with. So like the enclosure idea is a good thing. Like, especially if you're working in a surroundings where like you're gonna have your family walking around, or you have like pets that might get into it. If they're like, you turn around for 8 seconds, is your cat gonna jump on top of it and try and get into it? Like that kind of thing. So an enclosure is often good depending on your circumstances, and may not be a negotiable item depending on you as an individual and your surroundings.
Sure.
The B1 is open and the Ray 5 is open. So if we're narrowing it down by your limitations and you need that protection, that kind of narrows it down for you, unless you're going to build or buy a separate enclosure. I like the idea of being able to drop a bottom out and engrave something flat that's too big to fit into an enclosure.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, in terms of quality and like what it offers you, I think the L8 and the B1 are going to be a far better offering than the Ray 5 for you. But that's my opinion. The benefit to the B1 is you can lock people out. You can literally like lock the machine down so it won't run. The benefit of the L8, I guess, would be the enclosure, but I have no experience with that laser, so I couldn't really tell you how good it is or what to expect for dot size or quality, or is the controller going to crap on you or whatever. Like, I don't know that brand at all. So
just looking, you said it was 0.15 millimeters.
Yeah.
That literally, for people who are wondering, because I just was sitting here and I'm like, let me look at that. That's 0.005 inches. So that's like 0.010,000th, 5,000ths of an inch thick.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Just for your consideration, viewer, I will also throw out the Algo Delta 40 watt, which has been very, very well reviewed. And Algo's been a great startup recently. They've put out a lot of great models. You get the 40 watt right now for $1,100 as well, which comes with the onboard control system that I just said you don't need in larger systems like this, but it is the same control system that's on the Pixie, and I really like it. So that's not why I'm recommending this one. I'm recommending it because it's $1,100 from a company that I know and have faith in, and it meets your requirements.
I know
So,
Anthony and I actually got to play with this one 2 years ago, but probably not this model, like the one that when it was at LBX.
Yeah, I think they were playing with the Alpha. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was really cool. Like the Alpha was dope. I mean, that thing, like, it was rigid, it was sturdy, and that's the kind of thing, if you set it up somewhere, like it's there. Like, it's a good machine.
The Alpha's great.
Like paid for had value.
They still sell the Alpha. The only reason I didn't recommend it here is because it only goes up to 22 watts, whereas the Delta is available in 40 watts, which is what they're looking for. The other one, which I personally own and love to pieces, is the Ortur Laser Master 3. So I just wanted to mention that too. I love this machine. It's the diode workhorse in my shop right now. Whenever I have diode work that I specifically need to do with a diode laser, I use the Ortur Laser Master 3. It's very, very good. It comes in a 40 watt variant. It is more expensive than other options on your list, but I would wager it's probably going to last substantially longer than the longer or Genmitsu models that you're looking at. These things are rock solid. So I would at least consider moving on something like this, maybe spending an extra $100 or $200 and picking up one of these. I'll use air quotes, name brand diode lasers. I think you'll have better luck in the long term. So I just want to throw those out while we're sitting around.
And a couple of comments from the chat that's been going on. Clack Shack said, if you don't need an enclosure, the longer B4, this is just from someone who's used it. I just figured it'd be cool to throw it in there. He said the longer B4 has a better build and the controller is faster. The longer Ray is very basic. I've had all three machines. And then Bunny Washer had mentioned that Gimitsu is known for the inexpensive but okay CNC machines. So if that's something that helps, just to give a little context, there you go.
Yeah. I'm good with the B1. The Ortur option that you mentioned is one thing that a lot of people overlook with Ortur too, is your ability to swap modules.
Yep, true.
They keep their ecosystem and adapters and everything like that pretty well interchangeable, which is nice. So if you wanted to swap out for something else, that is another pretty big benefit.
I mean, even just going all the way back. I sent Kyle pictures of this literally today while I was at work. I found the Ortur Laser Master 2 under like a giant pile of like hoses and wires and stuff, and it was covered in like an inch thick layer of sawdust from when Chris was building the table that we did table episode about. And I got the shop vac and I sucked it all out, and then I went over it with some Windex and I plugged it in, and the thing just like fired right up, and now it's like all clean and like just hanging out on like a little table because it felt bad,
ready to rock,
that it was sitting down there, and it's ready to rock, and it's been down there for years. I've not touched it in years. So
it's been like a year and a half, right?
Yeah, and they've only gotten better since then. So I do believe in their products. I'm a big fanboy. And Algo Laser, the other company I also mentioned, is a bunch of people that used to work at Ortur that now work at Algo. They were kind of like a shoot off company. So a lot of the same engineering there and smart people that made those early lasers possible. You're getting that from Algo too. So.
And Jack had a quick question. He said, because I had asked, has the 22 watt that he had been doing a good job from the Alpha?
Yeah.
He said it does a great job cutting all his wood coasters, red oak, and walnut. And he was wondering about the 40 watt, if it's got a bigger dot size or not.
I'm sure it does.
Inherently, you should expect a bigger one, but
how much would it be is what he was wondering, actually.
That's a great
it's
question.
going to depend on the module.
I'd have to,
that's true.
I'll look. Here's the LU 340A, and then where's their, come on, show me a 20. Show me the money.
Well, you're looking for that.
Yeah.
I would add on to the addendum of like the diode recommendation for blue there, that I wouldn't stress about getting a 40 watt unless you actually intend to use it for cutting. If you're just engraving coasters, or you're engraving like ready-made items that just need to be marked and customized for somebody, you can do that with like a 5 or a 10 watt, and or even a 20 watt quickly. You don't need a 40 watt. You're just never going to use the power, because the reality is you're just never going to max out the speed, right? Yeah. So if you're actually doing cutting, a 40 watt's great. And also the other thing is, you already kind of covered it inherently. I don't know if you actually realize you did or not, but all of them have air compressors that come with them as part of the kit. If you're looking at a 40 watt that doesn't have like any kind of airflow through the nozzle, you're doing yourself like a huge disservice by just throwing money at a non-existent problem that you're going to have.
Yeah. To answer the question, the 40 watt apparently has a switch on it that lets you switch down to 20 watts, which is kind of interesting. You're getting a 0.1 by 0.15 millimeter spot size. Just to give you an idea of how thin that steel was we were talking about earlier, it is about as thick as the spot size of the laser beam coming out of this diode laser. If you switch it to 20 watt mode, you get 0.1 by 0.12, which is not that different. But if you get the dedicated 20 watt module, you'll get 0.08 by 0.08, which is a lot closer to what we would normally be expecting from lasers in this range. So
Google just told me that standard office printer paper is 0.1 millimeter.
Oh my God.
If that gives you guys any context too.
Yeah. So there is a difference. There is a spot size difference here. It's about 25% smaller with the dedicated 20 watt. I don't really remember the context in which the question was asked, but
I was just wondering how much, like, what would the difference be? So now you nailed it.
Yeah. There you go. Cool. It would be that.
Yeah, good stuff.
Good stuff.
Oh,
go ahead.
Is it related?
Nope. Sure isn't.
Sargon says, some parts that I engrave with a Galvo, I do deep engraving and then I clean up. Can you run two different settings in sequence in Lightburn, like the same graphic with two different color fills? Yes, you can. I'll pull up Lightburn and give you an example.
I know we've done this on a couple of lives.
Yeah, this is easily one of like the most used things that I teach.
Well, maybe we need an episode for the Ultimate Guide.
I believe the one that you did your coin live on air, you did that a couple times because you were doing you did the sweeping pass, then you did the clear out pass.
Yeah. So here, I'll give you an example. So I'm just going to make a square, right?
That's a rectangle.
Well,
That is actually a rhombus.
Oh, it's not.
Your mother's a rhombus.
Oh,
now it's a square.
All right.
So I'm going to set this to fill, right? But I can actually double click on this layer and I get this little detailed pop out window here. And you'll see up here there's a tab within the window. Now, this tab, I can go over here, I can add a layer. And this would be like if I did a fill and then I wanted to do a contour around it.
filled Matt's mom.
Or I could duplicate this layer. I can clone it. So now I have two. And let's say I wanted to do a cleaning pass.
Clean.
So, let me
Give
switch to a
Matt's
laser
mom a
that are
cleaning
like
pass. You know what I'm
frequency.
saying?
Oh my God, you guys. So if I wanted to clone this and do like a cleaning pass from this being a digging pass to this be a cleaning pass, I could adjust the frequency. So I could go from like 50 to 75. I could maybe speed this up or slow this down. I can adjust my power. I could do whatever I wanted to do here. And this is essentially going to process this layer and then this layer in order. And the other thing you can do is right now it's set for 10 passes with an angle increment of 36. I can change this to no angle increment or angle increment. It doesn't really matter. But so if I leave it in this arrangement where sublayer 2 gets 1 pass and the first pass gets 10 with an auto increment of 36, this is going to do 10 passes while doing the auto increment of the angle adjustment. And then when it does 10 passes, it's going to move on to the sublayer. It's going to do this 1 pass. And the interesting thing is if you go and frame this, hold on. If you go and frame this, you can actually set to repeat the entire job. So this is like going into global repeat, and you can set this to 10, for example. So what that'll effectively do is it'll take the first pass and the second pass and multiply everything by 10, not individually, but as a repeat. So if you envision it like a math problem, it is 10 passes in parentheses, and then 1 pass in parentheses with a plus in between. And now you have everything inside another set of parentheses with a repeat of 10. So it'll do the first pass 10 times, the second pass once, and then it'll repeat everything globally. You can also do that by setting your global passes up here to whatever you want it to be. And you can even save this entire complete setting to your Lightburn library. So if, for example, this is like your coin setting or something, or your deep engrave setting for steel that has like a cleaning pass built into it, and you could even add a third pass here at the end to do an anneal or a black mark or whatever you want. And when you get it set up the way you like and it gives you a result the way you like, you can save this entire thing to your material library. And whenever you want to assign it as like a one-touch job application where your artwork is already done, you just need to be able to assign something. You don't have to spend 15 minutes redoing all these sublayers. You can just apply it in one click using assign.
I did not know you could do that.
Huh?
I said I did not know you could do that.
Well, now you do.
Also, I'd like to know, did they fix the thing where you can... It used to be that you couldn't apply presets to sublayers. Is that still the case, or is that not the case?
That is still the case, but you can clone the existing first layer as a reference point, so you can save yourself time that way.
Right, but if I already have deep
I do want-
aluminum and then like an aluminum white finish. I can apply the deep aluminum, but I can't apply the aluminum white finish to the second sub layer.
You have
write
to
it down
manually
and
put
copy
in
and
your
paste.
sub layers. Yes.
Dumb.
I agree. It would be really nice if they did that, but that's also why I make a point in saying when you get a setting that you have a complete setup with sub layers that's ready to go, save that as a material library setting so you don't have to keep redoing it.
Yep.
Save yourself the time and the effort, because if you have to do that 2 or 3 times every time you use your laser, that's like 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes, depending on how efficient you are at it. And it screws up your workflow. And imagine how much more stuff you can get done after a couple of months of just having it ready to go.
Yeah.
Has anybody else had an issue where light burn just switches to millimeters per minute?
Yeah,
Instead of
constantly.
Okay.
You know who that is driving nuts? Fucking Rhiannon. She is on the verge of killing herself over that bug. It is literally the worst.
I was trying to do my coin for the coin competition, and my laser was just like in one spot. I was like, "What in the hell is going on here?" And
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, all you got to do is save it, close it, and open it again. And it defaults back, but then it defaults your millimeters per second to the speed that's equivalent to millimeters per minute. So you have to go back and change it again. But
Yep.
kinda,
Yep.
I was gonna
The
say
other
what
thing
Bunny
that
Wash
it's
said.
causing. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say no issues on 1.7. That's pretty like when I
Yeah.
switched to 2 for a couple of days. I was just like, you know what? Like weird things are happening, and I had jobs where like I had I was basically in a time frame where I couldn't get replacements if I messed something up, and I was just like, I don't know if it's me, I don't know if it's this thing. Back to 1.7.
yeah.
Reset it, and I've just stayed there.
I was at a point where I was like designing everything in the newer version, and then just my laser computer, because I have my desktop and a laptop that I design on, and then I have my Windows PC that runs the lasers, and that was still on 1.7. And then like a dummy, I was just like, you know what? It's been long enough. I should update. Kind of eating my hat on that one.
You guys
it's something that I run into a lot with questions, and it's a reoccurring problem in the community that pops up a lot. Is just layers will get stuck when stuff like that happens sometimes, and the only way to fix it, and when you restart Lightburn, it doesn't really fix it. Sometimes you actually have to double click on the layer, reset the layer back to default, and then reassign your setting back from the library to get it to work too, because just sometimes it's really funky.
I was about to say, I'm just happy that I can turn my laser on most days, so that would kill me.
Yeah. So like if you're on a production machine and you're having a lot of problems with the current update, rolling back isn't necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah.
But if you have the time, definitely report the problems to Lightburn so that they can get them addressed, because the more input they have and more data and feedback they get, the faster they can, well, maybe not the faster they can get it fixed, but at least it's on their radar. They only have so many.
Reference.
I disagree with
time
everyone
today.
here. YOLO. Live life on the edge.
So
roll with it.
I don't think that's how. What?
Kyle, we have 7 minutes left. Do you want to get through some of our Amazon list real quick so we can say we did it
yeah, we can do that.
before we Autobot?
Search and destroy.
I get it.
I was going for rollout. But
That's why I said.
Okay.
I thought you can like before we Autobot, live life on the edge.
Oh my gosh.
life's a garden. Dig it.
You need to put that on one of the 500 coasters that Bunny Washer has to do for his order.
Oh my god.
Oh no, that's Jack in the Shop. Never mind. Jack in the Shop has 500.
Live, laugh, grill. You know what I'm
Toaster
saying?
bath.
Live, laugh, laser.
Toaster bath. That's been my favorite one lately.
Live, laugh, toaster bath.
Yeah.
That's shocking.
That's
I thought you
fair.
said live, laugh, tungsten bath. It's like, what is a tungsten bath?
That's like the Han Solo
Yeah.
Yeah, carbonite.
carbonate. There you go.
All right. Yeah, I'm just working on resharing my screen again.
Geek of all trades says, Alex, did you ever test out the R2? I was not impressed with the one they sent me. Your thoughts? I powered it on for the first time today, and I still don't have any complaints yet, but I have not run it or looked at the software or pushed any of the buttons. But I did turn it on, and it screamed at me for about 15 minutes until I realized it was because the SD card was not in the SD card slot, because that's required for its memory management. Because it's got.
How dare you?
Got to give it a brain.
So when I jammed that in there and then reset it, it doesn't even turn off when you put it in. You have to like shut it down and then turn it back on. It shut up, and I was like, "That was fun." Back to the guide, and I went to go record those Lightburn installation episodes I was talking about earlier. So I haven't touched it yet. Geek saying it feels quality, but man, no bueno. Interesting. So everybody, has been kind of alluding to that, and I am looking forward to playing with it some more. The R1 is very shockingly, disturbingly low quality, and we talked about that last week at length. But the R2 does feel better than that, and so if it is not better than that, that will be concerning. But I will reserve my judgment. Thank you for the forewarning. And I'll try to dig into it in the next week or two and see if we can find out what's going on in there. Ready for me to throw you up, Kyle?
Yeah, go ahead.
But dude, this is the sickest deal. You started on the best one.
Well, guys, you're getting the best one first.
Guys, these are the P100
That's actually a super good deal.
6926s. Yeah, so I just talked about these in my respiration episode. Here, let's
I remember at one time these were like $55.
They are usually $55. That list price isn't even right. They're generally more expensive than that.
Yeah.
These are the best cartridges that you can get because they protect against VOCs, acid gases, ammonia, formaldehyde, and particulates because they're P100, and they're oil proof, which means that you're getting protection from metals. So these are the absolute best cartridges, at least in my research that I've done, and I've spent a long time researching this for my own safety. They work with a ton of different masks. If you're looking at this mask list here, I use the 7500s, the one above that. Yep. I really like those. Those are great. But any of those series are fine. I think the 7500s are just a little more comfortable. But if you are looking for a respirator, then these are the cartridges that I would recommend that you get. They're the most complete coverage. They cover you on the most bases. They're obviously not, there is no one cartridge fits all, so they're not going to protect you from everything, but they hit the most targets at once in one shot, which is why I like them, because this
is your all-rounder that covers the most bases.
It is, and because they have gas, like chemical cartridges in them, and not just a P100 filter, they are expensive, and they never go on sale, ever. So I was really, really excited to add this one to the list. I think it is probably the only thing I'm like incredibly excited about. And I've never seen these on sale. We've been doing these sale videos and live streams and whatever for a very, very, very long time. And I pissed myself a little bit when I saw these. It's not even 15%, dude. They're half off. They're half off. Yeah,
so half off if you go by the BS list price.
Yeah, I have a shelf where I have these on subscribe and save, and then when they come in, I just put them on the shelf, and it's turned into a very, very large pile of them. And so, if you don't have any, you should. First of all, if you don't know why, go watch the episode we just published about this topic, and pick some of these up.
And if you need a mask, they got them down here too.
They got them down there too. You think about the 7500 and treat yourself, man. Like, it's a little bit bigger. It breathes nicer. It's got like a cushion pad. It's pretty dope.
Yeah, they are rock solid, and that is a steal of a price. And that's as excited as I'm going to get today.
Yep. Next up, you got some microfiber cloths. So So
There they
yeah,
are.
this is Alex's go-to when cleaning stuff off that he's engraved, like cups or whatever.
Also lenses, they're really good for
yeah.
lenses.
Clean ones, clean
Yeah.
brand new ones for lenses.
Mine are starting to become permanently brown, so I might need to grab some of these.
Yeah, I bought a 50 pack or 100 pack of these at one point, and I still have a couple that are just like untouched, brand new that I save for like when I need to wipe my lenses.
Yeah.
I say I'm going to do that, and then I don't.
See, I do because I'm OCD. But yeah, these are you can never have enough of these. They're super helpful. They're also kind of my go-to for like when I'm cleaning off engraved tumblers. If I'm not doing like a full wash on them, I'll spritz them down with some LA Awesome or whatever cleaner I'm using, and give them a wipe with this. And it's just enough to wipe it down, get it clean, and move on super quick. I'm not
LA
sitting
Awesome
there scrubbing.
sucks. Don't at me.
Huh?
What? Speed run. Let's go. We're over
Oh my
now.
God. Your turn.
This is a thing that I buy that I have like 10 of in my shop. They're good.
These are nice
Buy
because
it.
if you have if you have wood tabletops on your like actual benches, like work benches, these just screw right in.
Where I actually have screwed a bunch in is on the like rectangle Sterilite stacking shelves, like the garage ones. Yeah,
Oh,
they
yeah.
screw really well into that because those are just like ABS. So I have like on each of them, I have one of these screwed into the back, and that's kind of
Nice.
how I've been using them. So $20, solid, and they're usually more expensive than that. And these ones are like actually good. like the ones that came on my WorkPro workbenches are all broken now, but these ones are not. So if you're looking for something heavy duty,
Yeah, this is like a no fuss, no muss. Boom.
when I went to make this list, I went into my Amazon order history and then looked for the Prime Big Deal tag. So these are all things that I've bought like with my own money, just so you guys know.
Yep. I actually have 2 of these.
Yep, and I have
Even if Alex did link it to me, I do have 2 of these.
I have maybe
Anchor Power
15.
Strips are fantastic. It's
Anchor's
it's a
good.
brand that's not new to the market. They're reliable. They actually cover their warranties. It's got some USB ports here for if you want to charge stuff without a big friggin' wall wart on it. And it's a surge protector. It does the thing.
It does the thing. Next.
Yep. And for $23, it's not bad.
It's a label printer for all your label printing needs. It was the only
These
one.
things were such a game changer. Like, get these guys, especially for the holidays. Get them.
Yeah. Yep, they work. All right, next.
Data vac.
The Data Vac, another thing that virtually never goes on sale, is 20% off right now. I love this thing. If you've been watching the channel for more than 5 minutes, you know why. And if you don't know why, it's never ending compressed air. That's the end of the story. Get a Data Vac. It's like buying a Starrett. Like this is like a life-changing item, and you should own one. All right.
You want something that blows? Buy this.
It blows things.
Next.
Oh
my God.
This is a repeat offender on the deal block, I guess you could say. It's actually a better deal if you have a business account. I think it was $18.99 or something. But it's for businesses only. So if you don't have a registered business on Amazon yet, do that. You could save some money. But yeah, so check that out. It's actually a pretty damn good deal for like $1,900.
Cool.
And I did validate that this is the lowest price. This isn't, but for businesses, it's the lowest price it's been. So
pretty sick.
And then the last deal I found was the ComMarker Omni 1, which this is also the cheapest this has been as of recent. So
nice.
Not a bad deal.
Yeah, for a 5-watt UV
that's crazy.
delivered, that's a pretty rocking deal.
With 2 lenses.
That ComMarker would send me an Omni, so I had one. That's what I want.
That Omni X that Bronson got looks pretty promising.
Yeah.
Sure it is.
That's he did like some internal crystal engravings and stuff with already. That's dope.
Very interesting.
Well,
like to see
links
that.
to all of those are in the description down below.
Word.
So if you guys want to check those out, go click on those links.
Yeah, go click on those links. Help us make some extra cash. We could use it. And go sign up for the Matrix. Sorry, I mean Discord server. And also, Anthony sells Beam It Up Laser Tape. It's BeamItUpLaserTape.com.
Good
Yeah.
stuff.
Go buy some of that. It's time. Anthony's got a big tape deal day going on over there for the low price of 100%, whatever it usually costs. So make sure you hit that up. If you have questions about running a business, don't ask me. I'm an idiot. Ask Matt. Matt is available for consultations for running a laser engraving shop, how to interface with clients, talk to customers, how to advertise yourself, all those kind of things. He is available for that. He's very good at it. And I encourage you to reach out to him. Kyle sells infinitely repeating patterns, among other things. Some 3D print projects coming up soon-ish, I hope, Kyle. The one you sent me looks very done. I don't know why those aren't for sale already, unless they are.
Mostly due to my own time constraints.
All right. Well, when Kyle's done having poor priorities, he'll upload that to Etsy so that he can make some extra money and sell you some other cool things. But right now, you can check out his infinitely repeating patterns at Kyle's Laser Stuff on Etsy. There's a link to that down in the description too, along with an affiliate discount code. So you get a discount when you use it, and we get a little extra cash for you guys clicking the link too, and you get to support Kyle. It's a win-win-win-win-win all the way around. Don't forget to smash the like button. Let everybody else know the content is good. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified the next time we go live. If you see me schedule a live stream for 11:35, that's probably not the right time. Just so you guys know for the future, I would assume that it's 9. I don't like weird non-even numbers. So
It might be early afternoon, but it's certainly not going to be that early.
It's not going to be 11:35, which is
that too.
grotesque. I think that's all I've got, guys. Hit me up online. I want to talk. I miss you. I love you, all of you.
Come
And
be a part of the Matrix.
as important as you are to me, none of you will be as important to me as Matt's mother. Have a great night.